Hi, you're live with Julie. Tonight we're going to show you how to apply glitter to a tumbler with the epoxy method. So the first thing I'm going to do is I got my colors ready, is I'm going to mix equal parts A and B epoxy together. So I'm going to get that all ready and I will be right back. So I'm going to try and do this in steps so I don't bore you guys as much. What we have here is equal parts of the epoxy, side A and side B. We're just gonna pour them in our little mixing bowl. This is a silicone bowl. I think it's a 1 cup. They call this a pinch bowl, and I got this on Amazon. It comes in a 4-pack, and these are my favorite bowls to mix in. Everybody has something they like a little bit different, but this is just what I personally prefer, and they're easy to clean, but you can use whatever you like. They also have ones that look like little, I'll try and show you here in a minute, they're white ones, but I don't like those ones as much because they're deep, but they're kind of narrow, and I like this because I've come up with a way to mix my epoxy to have minimal bubbles. One of the things that helps me with that is these stir sticks. They're usually for alcoholic beverages stir sticks. They're metal, and to me they work way better than popsicle sticks, but don't get me wrong, I used popsicle sticks when I first started, so if that's what you have, you work with what you have. So a little something there. So I'm just going to scrape these out to make sure that my parts are equal. You want them as close as physically possible. Some people use syringes and measure it out. I like to eye it and get my measurements as close as possible. And once we get everything scraped out of here, then we begin to stir. Now, this is the way I stir my epoxy. As I do it like this, and while I'm doing it, I take my hand and I just spin the bowl around. And Alexa, please time me for 3 minutes.
3 minutes, starting now. By the way, you have one new notification. When you see the yellow light ring on your device,
listen, she thinks I want to know what's going on.
Just say, read my notifications.
So I stir it like this, and I also bring it straight down so I can make sure I'm scraping the bottom of the bowl too. Now again, I kind of spin the bowl with my hands as I'm stirring it. So I'm just going to do this for about 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back with you. So I went ahead and mixed up the epoxy and decided to get these done first because this cup, I didn't want any glitter on it, so I didn't want to take any chances. So I went ahead and applied epoxy to these 2 cups, but I'm going to show you what to do here. So now we have our cup, and we're going to have 2 different colors on this cup. We're going to have a pink and a white. Okay. This is Fantastic Plastic by Color Me Wick Street, and this is just a white glitter, and you can use any white that you like. So the first thing I'm going to do is, because I'm going to have this on my turner here, I'm not going to be able to apply glitter on the bottom. If I have it on here, it's going to be very difficult to do. So this is just what I prefer to do. I'm just going to take a little bit of my epoxy, apply it on here, and make sure I get all the areas coated around the bottom. Probably just go down a little further. It doesn't really matter if you, you know, mess it up a little bit. I'm just applying epoxy down the cup a little further, okay? And you want to make sure it's not on there too thick. So just a nice even coat so the glitter has something to adhere to. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my plate. I'm going to take my glitter. And I'm just going to apply it on the cup, right over top of the epoxy. Now I think this method is good if you want a really nice, quick, easy coating. This one we did with the Modge Podge. And this one we're doing with epoxy. I spray painted the cup pink. So you can see, there we go. So you don't need as much glitter because you're letting the spray paint do the work for you. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply, Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour, please. Apply the epoxy to the rest of the cup. Now, when I'm doing the cup, what I'm going to do is turn my turner on. I'm going to start at the top, okay? Because I don't want this pink really getting too much up towards the top of this. So I'm going to start up here. And hang on, I want this turning the other way. There we go. So I'm going to start up towards the top. And I'm just going to spread my epoxy in a nice even, or as even as you can get, coating. Alright, once I have the top, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to fan it on down the cup. Kind of spread it out. Want it on there a little bit thick, just so the glitter that we're going to apply has room to apply. And once I feel like I have it on there pretty well, make sure I don't have any bare spots, I'm going to go ahead and apply the epoxy down the cup a little further. And we're going to be doing that here in just 1 second. I just want to make sure I have a good base on here. So now we can come down here, and we're not going to like bring our hand up past the pink now, because I don't want to get the pink up too high on the cup. I mean, it's okay to get a little bit, but you just don't want too much there. So I feel like this might be a good coating right here. Now some of it's coming down the bottom a little bit, and that's okay. We're just going to smooth that out, and we're going to set this aside. And what I'm going to do now is get my white plate, and I'm going to wipe off the pink that I have on my hand. Okay, just took a paper towel and just wiped it off just like that. So now we have another clean plate, and what we're going to do now is we're going to apply the white on the top. So I'm just going to apply it, and I'm going about 3 inches down, maybe a little bit more with the white. I want a good heavy coating. So I'm just going to go around a couple times. And I don't want my line even, I kind of want to just have fun with it. Okay? So then we're going to take something I like to use. this. Just knock off any loose glitter that we may have. I made a little bit of a mess there. It's alright, we'll clean that up later. And I'm just going to reapply my glitter. Re-put it back in the jar where I got it from. Okay, that way you're not having a bunch of waste. So now we're going to do the same thing with the pink. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom. And I'm just going to go really heavy at the bottom. Just going to bring it around a couple more times. Make sure I got a good coating on there. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to meet the pink. And what I'm going to do here is just not get it quite as heavy when I'm meeting up to the white. So I just I'm going to lift my jar up a little higher. So just like little traces of pink. I don't know, can you see that? How I lifted my jar up about 6-8 inches? Because I don't want a harsh line. So I'm just going to hold it up here till we get a good blend of the two colors. Which I seriously think I did a really good job. Which usually doesn't happen on the first try like that. So I'm just going to go back over the bottom again and make sure I got it really good. And lighter up here. And I'm going to raise my jar here. I seriously cannot believe I have to look this way because I'm in awe of how good that looks. So I'm going to show you guys here. This Color Me Wick Street one went on like a dream. So I'm going to show you what we got here. I'm going to bring you off. Look how good that looks, guys. I'm going to flip the camera around here. Oh, maybe not. That's just taking a picture. Never mind. Just kidding. So, it gives you an idea of what we just did. So I think that came out pretty darn good. So we got a nice little ombre. Well, isn't that just special? So, tune in to my page next time, and I'm going to show you what I do to this cup. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Okay, love you. Bye.